How can it elevate to something like this where you're accused of stabbing someone to death
Well,
at such a young age? Both victims very young.
Well, I don't think it's as much as the argument of what the argument is about. I think it's where we are today and where our children are today. There is an extreme level of violence being perpetrated by a lot of these younger kids. You know, Isaiah, we did the show last week on the 764 and that cult and how violent that cult is, and it's all involving young kids. It's just where we are. The level of violence being displayed by these kids today is unheard of. I don't want to say it's a new normal, but it appears to be. You got everything going on from incidents like this to kids killing their parents. You know, it's nothing.
What do you think is contributing to this, and what can be done about this? Obviously, you are a parent, you know, that hasn't been murdered by your child, because we recently had a case where a young man in the northern part of the United States, and I wanted to take a look at this, and we probably will, killed his mom and his stepdad recently. So, I mean, what can parents do short?
So now they're talking about a bunch of white kids that killed their parents. I'm looking up the 764 cult. I see a lot of violence. It's attacking a bunch of old people.
But
I only see one murder. I only see one murder.
That's what I'm going to say. How many of them have they actually? How many people have the 764 people club actually killed? Zero.
I've only seen one, and they're in Brazil, they're in UK, they're in Canada, and they're in America. So in all four of those countries, and in Sweden, I've only seen there's been a bunch of stabbings, but I've only seen one murder in 4 countries. But I'm still looking.
I bet you that murder was in Brazil.
Now the murder was he killed one of them, stabbed an old lady, and an 82-year-old lady, she died. No, 74-year-old lady, she died.
Where was it?
Hold on, because I have to look through all the cases to find it. And I gotta go back. Okay. Roma. Where's 70-year-old Nino Luciano Roma, stranded in Kazakhstan. Live stream attack is 82-year-old March 22nd. 2 weeks later, he live streamed his fatal stabbing of the 74-year-old woman whom he believed to be Roma. Okay, so she was a gypsy. He stabbed a gypsy woman to death. I'm trying to think about where this is at. It's
not in the USA. I'll tell you that much right now.
Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah, it's in Central Asia.
Yeah, Kyrgyzstan. They're in that country too.
But that's not even relevant to here, because it's not American white kids. Like that's not even.
That's
American
the closest thing he could find to switch the subject. He's talking about all the crime that's going on, young people, and he mentioned the 764 that nobody had ever heard of until today. So just
see how they're grasping at straws.
But didn't I tell you they were going to eventually do that? Because they was keeping it too real at first. The way they came in, they were like, "Oh yeah, he murdered this guy in cold blood. And this is just a shame." I was like, "Oh, these niggas, they can't keep this up."
See, look. Not becoming a victim themselves, what can they do with these children they love? But these children, in some instances, will turn on them and kill them.
Exactly. And well, parents have to come to the realization that they need to be more cautious and more aware of their children's behavior and their children's attitude. What is the level of aggression in your child? You know, does your child overreact to certain situations?
Look at the B-roll. These niggas are hilarious, man.
Situations get, increased, very angry as a result of something that has happened. You need to monitor those type of things. And unfortunately, you have to be prepared as a parent if your child has that level of aggression where they become a threat to you.
Wow, this is shameful, man.
Those kids clearly have developmental issues. Like, just look at them, the way they're running around and shit. Like this is a sign that their narrative is starting to collapse. Like, you know, they can't just listen to them and look at the examples they're providing. Like see how hard they're grasping at straws here.
And they got a limited word salad, man. They're gonna keep this up, man.
And they got white liberals. They got white liberals too. Like white people are
not just white liberals, white women liberals. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Like white women liberals will always come through in the clutch for sons or Muslims problems or some shit. Anything like that.
That matter. You need to be prepared to call law enforcement in, or somebody to come in and deal with that situation.
Giving women the right to vote was the worst mistake
these tragedies where these parents are being killed by their kids. Some of those parents, I guarantee you, believe that they could handle the situation, or the situation wasn't that bad. You can't take the chance today.
And of course, what you just said was very important, that most parents need to realize, or should realize. In some instances, you have children that you simply can't handle. And it's okay. Even though you're the parent, you have to be honest with yourself and say, I can't handle this kid.
Right.
And no.
All right, this is just an absolutely heartbreaking story. A high school athlete fatally stabbed in the chest at a track meet in Texas. It happened on Wednesday morning after telling a fellow student that he was in the wrong place. 17-year-old Austin Metcalf died in his twin brother's arms. His father, Jeff Metcalf, is speaking out about the tragedy, and Jeff joins us now. First of all, Jeff, let me just start by saying that there aren't words to express how shocked and saddened we are by your loss. And as a parent of a 14-year-old boy and an older man who's now making his own way in the world, I just can't imagine how you're facing the rest of your life without your son.
Yeah, I don't want to keep hearing the dad talk. This shit is annoying. I don't want to hear the mother talk either. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
This morning, Frisco Memorial High School honored the student who was stabbed to death at a track meet
Pantheon
yesterday.
is in the back chat.
Police say 17-year-old Austin.
Pantheon is in the back chat.
Pantheon, have you heard of the 764 group? Salute to Jim Sefton, man. Across the pond.
This morning, Frisco Memorial High School honored the student who was stabbed to death at a track meet yesterday. Police say 17-year-old Austin Metcalf was killed by a Frisco ISD student.